It's Salome. Miss Salome. I'm sorry. Can you say, let's go back up to the top. I already chose somebody. She is the chosen one. She's got to have an Aries placement. It's Salome. Let's see her. She has an Aries degree. Salome. She's number one. Number one. Oh, this is not September. She is born December 91. It's Salome. So right now I'm in the top of the chat. So Salome, while you're listening to me rap to you, write down your question that you want to know. Or I don't know if I should go live with you all, but then it'll take forever to get off live. Because people like to talk to me. I'm a Gemini placement. Yeah. Oh, nice. You're a big cap energy. Let's see. Where's any Aries? She doesn't have any Aries placement, but let's see. Any Aries degrees? She has a lot of first house placements. She is Rahu in the first house. Look, she is bunch of you guys are used to looking at this Placidus. It's Salome. Are you here, Salome? Salome. Salome, tell me. You gotta tell access or the question. Yes, I'm here. Salome, send us your question. But for those that are looking, I thought she was gonna be a in Aries placements, but she's all in the first house. It's like being in Aries. Every time I see placements in the first house, I just call it a loud version of whatever that is. So she's like a Capricorn moon. She's like a loud version of it. Not that she's loud, but you know what I mean. What's your question, Salome? Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments, please. One question? Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe because people have one question. I want to know if I should switch jobs soon. First of all, let's find out how old she is. Let's find out where she are. You got to find out where everybody's at in time. She is 31 years old. Salome, we're going to call out your shit. So don't get a little. Salome, I hope you're here. So she is 31 years old. 31 years old. She is living the 8th house year. So that looks like this. That means that the 8th house, look how pretty that looks, is activated. So then we're going to go to where she is in time. So we are now in her 2022 solar return chart. And I am looking at, what is it that I'm looking at? She's in her 8th house year, sorry. So I am looking at a Leo placements. Well, let's slow down. Her 8th house, it's the Leo house. How do I know that? Well, besides the fact that I know all of the signs, I'm going to show you. If we pull it up in whole signs, she is the 8th house Leo. So what does that mean? The Leo is ruled by the sun. Her sun is in the 12th house. You know what I would tell you off rip? You are going to leave a job. So if you had a job prior to being 31, Salome, you are going to leave a job. Why? Because this is the 12th house, loss, gone, getting away. No matter what you tell me, there's a wound, Chiron, something frustrated you. Maybe with people in charge, supervisors, Jupiter. Why? Because Chiron is a depositor of Virgo. So this might have been something you've said. Why? Jupiter is your 3rd house. So you could have said, this could have been paperwork. Maybe you're trying to level up in a certificate. It don't have to be negative. It could be you trying to get a certificate and you want to level up in industry, career, something different. Maybe something more with a title, with something with purpose, I want to say. Trying to level up. So if you are, I want to say, I feel like you're applying to something. Let me make sure before I tell you that. I feel like May season is giving. Why? Besides the fact, so let me tell you what's going on. You're a Capricorn rising. Every time you enter April season, it will always put the sun transiting in your 4th house, opposing your 10th house. So you're looking and judging at your careers. You have emotions towards your career. Always. That's always going to happen. So what does that mean? That during May season, when the Earth energy is active and you have more Earth planets, you would be getting a trine, and it will also be the 6th house away from your sun, which sun rules career, and Mercury also rules jobs that we don't really care about. So the sun is more of your career that you want to take. Mercury is job. So let's say you're trying to get a job. That means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is May season, will always be a job change. Something happens at work. That's deep. You hear me? So I want to say, just because confirming at your chart, I want to say, being that the solar return is giving positive energy towards that baby. Yeah, I think you're gonna. I think May season. Yeah, I think you are gonna be either you're training in a job right now, which you probably trying to test me, trying to think she don't know, she don't know what I'm doing, she can't read me, but you probably don't know that you probably are training right now or learning, from a job where you're doing something online or a project. I know. Thank you, Salome. Are you here? That was the red for you. Yeah. Is there a cue? No, there's not a cue. It's just what I feel. My heart, the calling. It's one of I am one of the chosen ones. If you wanted to know, so Salome, confirm in the comments because the people are waiting for you. They're dying to know. Well, we're there. Nobody's dying. We're living to know. Okay. So that was one question. Let's see. Let's go back up. I'm gonna do one from the top and the bottom. So Salome was number one. Isabel, you're number two technically, but I'm gonna start from the bottom. So now I'm gonna go to Miss Princess Isis. That's how we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do top, bottom, top, bottom. So Miss Isis, you got lucky. Look at you. You were the last one that I saw, my friend. Another Sagittarius. Another one. Okay. 10:15. Also, I'm gonna try to save this on the tube. Right, so I'm gonna try to save this on the tube so you. She's an Aquarius rising, another Aries energy, number one. Hey, I only like to talk to number one because I am life path number one. So why bother? She said December 23rd. Did she say December 23rd? Where you at? Okay, December 23rd. So let's go, Isis. Tell us your question. White Plains, New York, December 23rd. Just a reference, she's still giving. I know you think it's number you. Yeah, you look at this, you be like, oh my gosh, all of her planets are in the 12th house. Yeah, and then she has like Mars in the first house. Right, that's not what's going on here. So that's why you have to look at both. Guys, this is very detailed. You think this shit is never ending. So this is her first house. So she is number one. Someone, my bad. Isabel, my question is, how can I get some more moolah, some cha-ching, the fettuccine, the linguine? Let's find out. First of all, she is 23 years old. First, we always go back to where are we in time. So she is 23 years old. She is living a 12 house year, the 12 house years of isolation, but she's okay because she's a Saturn person. This is why some people need to relax. 12 house is ruled by Saturn. Let me show you what's going on. So we're going to go back to her birth chart. So she has a 12 house year, but let's slow down. She is ruled by Saturn first house, and so is her 12th house, which is her subconscious mind. So 12 house are not really losses for 12 house people. Okay, so people that have placements in the 12th house, they don't really take losses. We win, you hear me? So the sun year, she's activating the sun year. Now let's back up. The sun rules her Leo house, the 7th house. Business, relationships, contract. We got Rahu, her stepping into the matrix. Rahu is the snake, the head of the snake. Or the North Node if you want to do tropical. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you tell me, because if I look at her sidereal, guess what happens? Sidereally, she has Rahu. Rahu still is in her 7th house, just like it was in her 7th house in tropical. It's all you know what I'm saying? It feels nice me. You guys overcomplicated. She's still gonna be an emotional creature. The North Node is ruled by a luminary in both charts. Doesn't matter. Okay, so what happens here? First of all, I'm gonna go to the top now. So those people at the bottom, okay? Oh, hang on, y'all. I don't think. Oh, this is what was going on the whole time. Sorry. Here we go. Okay, first of all, please stop putting birthdays in the bottom of the comments. I'm gonna go to the top now. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the top. So you putting things in the bottom of your comments is just wasting your energy and time. Instead of listening, let's practice another sensor in our body. I know you're busy being a Twitter fingers. I know you're trying to be busy, trying to be number one. But number one is actually at the top right now. So once I'm done with me reading Princess, um, you, my friends, will not be chosen. It's the one from the top. So yeah, let's keep moving, right? So let's go back to Princess. Princess, you are living a 12th house year, but you're ruled by Saturn. So I don't think you really should be scared of Saturn or living a 12th house year. Now let's look at what's going on with your money. I want to get to the details of things. I'm just letting you know. Okay. So let's find out. So she's having her birthday was happening on a new moon this year. That's awesome. New money, young money, cash money, a new job maybe. Cancer moon rules her sixth house. Okay. So what does that mean? Is she's coming into some new money pretty soon? Well, I'm not too sure if it's new money, but there is some type of change to maybe she does get some money somewhere else. Maybe she does her taxes. It's a contract we're walking into. We're walking into a contract. It's in the ninth house. Maybe it's school. Maybe it's a project. It's in the ninth house. Let me show you. This is for people that, by the way, okay, young money. Thank you. How do we get into the Q? The Q means patience, and for the Q, patience, young grasshoppers. Patience. The Q is just listening, fundamentals, practicing of a new sensor. So, how to increase more money, that's for the daily, for the routine. That's for what's going on up next. She's either doing a project or she's getting into some type of contract pretty soon. I just needed to know that. If I just stick it to her charts, keep it plain and simple, well, Saturn is about to sit here for 3 years, right? So Saturn rules Jupiter in this chart. So let me show you that in better symptomatics. Let me show you that. Maybe that's the word. I don't think that's the word. I'm making up words while we go, okay? So this is how this looks. Her money, this is the second house of money. Saturn is going to be there for 3 years. That's good to know. So that means that the transits of Jupiter, why Jupiter? Well, Jupiter rules Pisces. This is the second house of money, okay? Now, I want you to listen, and everybody pay attention. Pay attention. If we listen, you can learn for yourself. You can wait. Let me go look at my chart, because you know who else has a Jupiter ruled second house? Scorpio placements. Yeah, their second house is ruled by Jupiter. I don't care what you tell me. I know it is, because Sagittarius is the sign right after Scorpio. So what does that mean? The transits of Jupiter, and Jupiter is going into 2 signs. It's going to be in Aries, it's going to be in Taurus, 2 different sectors of the chart. One is, in this case, it would be her 3rd house. Could be social media, driving jobs, right? Some type of new idea, curiosity that she gets into. Maybe you got Jupiter in here. Her money, her second house ruler. Let me show you that without the... I know you can't see that. You're visual creatures. I know that. Jupiter is this symbol right here, J. It's the ruler of this person's money. It's in the 3rd house. She's having her Jupiter return in the 3rd house. And Mars sits in her 1st house. Why am I looking at Mars? Because Jupiter, in order for me to understand her money, I got to understand that Jupiter is in Aries. So I got to understand Mars. So Mars is in her 1st house in Aquarius, alongside Uranus, the co-ruler of Aquarius. And good to know. So this person can either utilize their bodies, their looks, in order to either go on social media, right? Because Jupiter is also the ruler of her 11th house of networks, friends, the internet, right? Because that's what we know, right? So here we have a Jupiter return of a person, princess, sorry, I thought I was going to call you fella, that's having a 12 house year. 12 house year is a creative house, diving into a new dimension, stepping into a new sector of life. Sun, the career, sits in her 12th house, right? So she can utilize the sun, the ruler of her 7th house, create a business, a project, working with people one-on-one, or they see you physically. You can either work with them physically one-on-one, because you're pretty controlling. Yeah, you are. You have Mars in your 1st house. Mars is aggressive. It has an aspect to the 4th house. You can't sit still at home. You're constantly doing things. You constantly are emotional or developing some type of emotional breakdown. You live in your own world. You probably make scenarios. You probably play Sims right now. You could literally be online showing us your Sim skills. Be why you have Aquarius, Mars, and Uranus, and like I don't. You right. You do apply a lot of pressure to your partners. Mars making aspect to the seventh house. Yeah, you're pretty much, you know who you are. You get people that are always confused and think that they know more than you, and you clash because you know it all, and then so are they. Um, I'm just saying, it's up to you. Mind you, you are 6 years ahead of your Saturn return, because Saturn is gonna sit here in the second house 3 years, and then another 3 years in the third house. So you got 6 years for you to develop your online presence, social media, connecting with the right people, getting this certificate. Jupiter is it's knowledge, wisdom. So I know whatever you're curious about is gang money, cash money, fast money, Aries. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. And we're gonna go to the bottom now. No, we're not going to the bottom. Stop. Don't send I'm sorry. We're going to the top. We're going to the top. Let's see. In project. Okay, let's see. Isabel. I don't know what's she's name. This person. Are you here, Chai Bella? Stop. Don't drop the names. I already chose. I'm going to the top. Stop, Isabel. Thank you. Okay, if you listen, you will like it. It's not boring. All right, so let's find out. Isabel. It's on my YouTube. I'm recording. Okay, let's look 19 and I'm putting it on YouTube. What she put? So I want to open a business, but I have nothing in my second. Okay. First of all, slow down. Let's look at your houses. This is why you need to look at the whole sign system. Okay. You're a Taurus rising. Hopefully you got the right time of birth, right? You have an amazing second house. Yeah, actually you have one of the best second house. First of all, you're Taurus. Taurus is Venus. Money attracts to you. Money wants to be with you. If you're a Libra if you're a Libra placement, Taurus placement, money loves you, my friend. Okay? So you have a second house ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of the markets. So those that have Mercury ruled second house, which is Leo ascendants and Taurus ascendants, they're going to have their second house ruled by Mercury. They can speak money towards them. They can talk. Literally practicing what you preach will happen. Trust me, I'm a moon in Gemini and I attract money very easily. So first thing you want to do is you want to check for your Mercury. If you have an empty second house, right, you're going to check, okay, I have second house empty. Where's my Mercury? Boom. Not only does she have an amazing Mercury, it's practical, it's smart, it's wise, it's nowhere near the sun, it's not burned out. It's at 1 degrees the pioneer, which is also the Aries degree. For those that did not know, 1 degrees is an Aries degree, which reflects to her Saturn in the patience 12th house. Okay? So the 1 degrees Aries builds the 12. It's part of this 12th house in Aries. Duh. So what does that mean? Let's slow down. Her second house ruler enters the 9th house. So what do we know about the 9th house? The 9th house is, first of all, education. She could go to school for this. She could put her name out there. For those that did not know, the 9th house with the 3rd house is known as shipping and handling. Literally, that's what I call them. Because you can literally have some type of eBay, online website, something that you're either selling or publishing. The Mercury house is published. You can go to school, and if I back up, now just to make sure, because obviously she's going to get older. So that 1 degree looks like it's pretty powerful. So I'm going to just go check her D9. This is for personal. Don't worry about it. This is for... don't worry about it. Okay, so I want to check her D9. And I want to check what happened to that Mercury. I want to check what happened to her money in the D9. Because the D9 activates when she's 36. So I need to know, right? Mind you, in sidereal, She is gonna have the second house ruler in the 10th house. Okay. So she either builds this, okay, she can build this on the 10th house, bet, on some other online or some 12 house things, renting, Airbnb, anything 12 house, having a spa, getting a hospital field, whatever. But I'm gonna check her D9 and her D10 just because I gotta check what happens to her when she gets older. Okay, money comes to her very easily. It's in the sun. The sun is in the 3rd house. Okay, this is good. What's this? Maybe you do you like astrology too? Maybe you do. You are pretty young. You can still catch up and do this, but you go to school for this. Okay, so where you at? Where you at? I'm sorry, princess? I'm almost done. I'm about to be done. Princess, question for you, my friend. This year, you're living a second house year of money. Are you taking some type of course? Are you taking some type of... Do you work at the bank or something? Are you trying to get... Let me see where you at. Let's see. My friend, you get to this bag. Are you taking some type of skilled class? Let's find out. Let me see. I just gotta look. The second house. Okay. Yeah, you are initiating something. Okay. Are you doing your own thing? Where you at? Princess. Where are you, princess? Damn, nobody gonna let her talk? I don't know. Do you think the D2 is accurate for the finances? No. I don't really look. I don't use that one. You could do everything with the D9. She said data collecting. Where you at? Where you at, girl? She wants to start a business. Okay, Isabel. Sorry, I forgot. Oh, damn, I thought it was Princess. Sorry, Isabel. So I would start. I think you would. Honestly, Isabel, I think you could start a business online, or even if you own things, because Taurus is about owning things. Like if you own your own home property, you can have a business. Tauruses usually have the best homes, cars. So usually people, you don't realize it, but you're probably renting from a Taurus, or you're probably the building is owned by some type of Taurus placement, because that's what Taurus is all about. Let's find out. Isabel. I don't know. Isabel was in here. She didn't really say much, but I hope somebody catched on. It's Isabel. I don't know. My bad. All right. Let's find out. Who did I get next? Let's find. I'm just going from the bottom, honestly. We're just going to go from the bottom. I don't know how to pick people from the crowd, honestly. Is it the bottom? Yes. Next round is going to be from the top. So now we're going to do the bottom. And going once. See, I'm not being judgmental. Look, I'm just picking it. Okay, I'm just picking it. There we go. Oh man, it's another kid. Sorry, y'all. I tried. Next go around, we're gonna go from the top, and then I'm gonna go back to the bottom. All right, Cindy. Is it Cindy? I don't know. Wanda, come up. Come. All right, everybody, stop. Sorry, y'all. I'm only doing it. I gotta be even Stevens. This is what happens when you're with a Libra. Even Stevens, kid. We gotta do even. I don't know how to understand none of this stuff. Let me see. Maybe do they tell you who sent you money? How they tell you? She is another Aquarius rising? What the hell is going on? I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. I can't say, I can't read. The truth. Viv. What kind of career shall I go into? Okay. That's a good question. First of all, if you have the right time of birth, this is great. You got a 2 degrees. That's good. You're going to be in charge for sure. That's really good. I know that. Any 2 degrees, if you have a 2 degrees, trust me, that is your degree to go to. Also, stop posting questions. Stop posting questions. Please hold your horses. Pay attention. Maybe you'll learn something right off the rip. From any other degrees that I looked in your chart, yes, you do have a 29 degrees. Yes, you got a 17 degrees. 21 degrees is another fame or very well-scholared person or family, whatever the case may be. Sibling, could be people from your uncle or aunt side of the family, whatever. They might be really powerful people or very well-connected family. That 2 degrees is very good. So if you have... she's a 19 going on 20. I'm sorry, y'all. So if you have a 2 degrees out there, anyone out there with a 2 degrees, shout out to you, my friend. You, you're a good one, my friends. You're good. You're good. That is usually the power degree. That degree will actually be the reason your whole life is made for you. Ooh, interesting. Codependent relationships. Not that I want to go into that, but that's your business. We're not gonna go there. I just had to get to know you. Okay, owning things, Scorpio. We're working from the. Where was that at? Let me see. Hang on. Let me remember what it was. She was a from her. She is a Capricorn rising in her sidereal chart, and she goes into Scorpio. Period. Let me see. Where you at? Okay, Cindy. There's no line. There's no line. I don't have any cue. There's no line. I just go from the top to the bottom. So hopefully you get lucky in the comments and you are from the top. Okay. So career that you should go into. First of all, somehow physically you look great while you're 36 years old. That's good to know. To me, either there's a lot of things about owning again why you got a lot of placements in the second house. Maybe by the time you are in your 36, you're living with family, they own a lot of things, so they come from money somehow. I like that you have a Scorpio ascendant. To me, this one can either come from you're either well connected to what you're showcasing, like you have this power somehow, people put you in charge. So that's what 36 looks like. So that's great. I just wanted to see what 36 was going to be. So when I look at you now that you're younger, obviously, you have K2 in your 10th house, technically. Let me show you that because I know you guys are visual creatures. Like, she doesn't have K2 and it looks like it's the ninth. Yeah, so to me, either your family is very well connected or there's people that you know in the family, sibling that seems to be popular or work in the government. I don't know if they're gonna plug you in somehow. I like that for you because you have a lot of stuff like that. I don't know if this happens to you later on, but I do have K2 in your 10th house. There's only a couple things that K2 does. You either go back to a career you used to or a connection that you used to work with, whether it's a business, whether it's working some type of I think it's business to me. But you also have the sun in the 11th house, which I like. Sun is your 8th house. I either think you work for somebody that's important behind the scenes when you get older, like being a great coach, or you either marry somebody who has money, or the family you in gonna plug you in. Do you okay? What's your name? What's your name? Was this Isabel? Or was it Cindy? Cindy, yeah, I'm gonna have to contact you later because I fucks with it because you got a lot of like well connected plugs. This is good. Why do I know this? Well, let me tell you. She got the third house is in Leo, Jupiter in the 8th house. So the third house ruler is in the 8th house. So is her 12th house. And if you notice, Venus and Mercury's there. This is important because Venus is the ruler of her career 10th house, which is something that she used to be in. Okay? Now, Mercury is this 6th house, being of service. This is karmic for her. This is a status that she has by either working plugged in behind someone or this person plugs them in because the sun is seeing the 11th house. Are you the eldest child? I feel like you are. But then there's this Pluto. So I don't know if you are the eldest child or you have an older sibling that's your step sibling or like half brother. Is she in here? I'm sorry. Damn, I wanted to know. I like to know comments. I need to hear what's her name said. Y'all guys just, oh my God. I mean, is this why I like reading children? Yes, I am. Okay, well, that's all I needed to know. I have 4 step siblings. Yeah, you do have a lot of step siblings. It's either they are pretty cool, popular kids, or they plug. I don't know. You're gonna get plugged in. Just don't say no to no one. I'm just sorry, Scorpio. Okay. Now I'm gonna go from the top. Okay, I'm gonna pick someone from the top. Hang on. Thank you. Okay, now this person. Dang. All these other. I'm going from the top. Damn it, I don't know. TikTok is very Liz giving. Is this person here? If this person is not here, I'm gonna pick another person from the top, and then the next one will be from the bottom. I hope I'm doing it right. Somebody track if I'm doing it right. The next one's gonna be from the bottom. Is another 2 degrees. Great. That's great. All right. Look at me. Let's no one man. Shut up. I'm sorry. Okay, Clarita, you here? Yeah, she's here. Don't send any more aisles. Please don't stop sending placements. Also, is 88 older than me? Yes. So, by the way, I call you elder if you are older than 93. Because I'm 93. So, I'm the... Yes, it sounds pretty narcissistic. Yes, I am. I have a stellium in the 5th house. Welcome. I don't care. Okay, what's your question, Clarita? Yes, you said something about a career. I read it somewhere. She said something. Do you use Western astrology? Yes, I do. I just used Western astrology. Yes, I do. Please look at my career. She said something about career. No, you're not old. You're just older than me. That's pretty much it, kids. Okay, pretty much it. Let's find out. Okay, so her North Node is in Leo. She has a sun and the fish. Those are about 6 signs away. Okay, so for careers, before I tell the person the career, things that I look at, first of all, Saturn is around the midhaven. That's great. If you ever wanted to work for the government and his books, you could work for the government and his books. You got a 9 degrees. It's a Sagittarius degree. It can actually be something you go to school for, or you're trying to go to school for. I don't know what this Chiron is doing. You know what I'm saying? But off rip, I know that it's easier for people that have, trust me, why? Because I have midhaven very close to my Saturn, and I have the government jobs. So it's very easy for you to get a government job if you have Saturn next to your midhaven. So that's the first thing you want to do. If you ever want to look at your career, what is next to my midhaven? Like the other girl, she had the sun. So that means that her son could be either working with somebody important, or working with children, or working behind the scenes for someone, or being in charge, because the sun is the leader. Saturn is the structure system. So that's great. If you ever want to work for the government, go shout out to that. Saturn also rules, if you notice, her 7th house and her 6th house, because Saturn is the ruler of Aquarius and Capricorn. This is important, guys, because if you wanted to make your own business, guess what she can't do? She can't. It could be a digital business. We got Neptune 3 degrees, Gemini things. And then we have Uranus at 14 degrees, Taurus things. Also know that Taurus is tangible goods. So you can sell products, your voice, your face. This is why Leos are always the ones that get to be like, oh my God, they have such a good looking face. Yes, because Taurus rules their 10th house. Their public image is your face, Leo. That's why all Leo placements look great, by the way. Shout out to that. Some Leos, and let me stop, because some I've seen very good looking I'm saying. Okay, so if I look at her sidereal, it should match up. Saturn is still in her 10th house, even though it's in a weak state. I don't care about that. That's not. Later on, it'll play out when she comes into her 30s. She'll see the difference between an Aquarius Saturn and a Saturn in Aries. You know, so I have to back up now. Saturn is the ruler of her midhaven. Now is Aries. Her Aries is down here in Mars. Sorry. So Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is in the 4th house. There's this ownership. There's this building. There's the home. The moon rules the 1st house. Something she creates. Who she is. She could build herself. Maybe, I don't know, is trying to get some surgery. I don't know. Anyways, let's just check her D. I am going to check her D10 to see what's going on over there. Just because I want to know. I like this. She's going to have status. Whenever you see Taurus, again, Taurus is about what? Possessing, assets, owning things, same thing, or having a status. We have status. We have levels. There's levels to this. And then again, she has a stellium in the 2nd house. I like this. This could come from her dad. This could have come from the person she's dating. At the time when she comes older. Then we have Jupiter. This is great. Look, I forgot to mention this. We got Jupiter. This is awesome. What does that mean? She's gonna either be the guidance, like guiding people, teaching people, right? Working with groups of scholars, teachers somehow. You know, maybe she goes to school for this. Um, where's this at? Okay, by the way, now I'm gonna start picking people from the bottom. Going once, twice. So I hope this makes sense. Also, I'm gonna save this for you later so then you can see it. What could she be working on right now? Because she's young. This is all projecting 36, right? So right now she's in her first house year. 24 years old. I'm about to start picking it. So what's her name again? I'm sorry, Cindy. You know your birthday. You can also, if you're trying to listen to the recording, you can listen to it on YouTube. Shout out to that. Okay. So what can she be doing now? Well, she's 24 years old, right? She's 24 years old. She's living a first house year of the sun is Leo. So if I go back to her regular chart, I just want to peek at it. She's activating her body, and then she is activating a transformation. Maybe tattoos. Maybe let's find